Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose, episode 86. On this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. And just like always, it's just been it's been a 50-50 week. I won't just say it's all been raggedy. It's been some wonderful things going on, so I won't say that. And thank you. Why can't I never talk when I first get on? Thank everybody for tuning in, everybody that watches the replay. Make sure you guys go press the like button and like, share, and subscribe. I'll have my co-host introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. I am Madam. You can follow and subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram under Melanin Madam. And my shows are on Tuesday and Thursday. Welcome and happy hump day. Hopefully you are humped today and you have a good attitude.
Is that what everybody needs? Okay, right. So how was everybody's weekend in the chat? It was Mother's Day weekend. So hopefully everybody had a great Mother's Day. I can't think about what I did on Saturday, but on Sunday, I took my mom to church. Then we went out to eat. She had a real nice Mother's Day. Mine was okay. I still had a mirror, so that's not a mother-free Mother's Day. I think Mother's Day, you should be free of all your responsibilities. And he was still there with me. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Happy kind of Mother's Day.
Yeah. Hi, Tia.
Hi,
Tia had a good Mother's Day. She told me about her Mother's Day. They went to a fancy restaurant. She said where they had the how did she say it? The forks. It was like 3 forks. And I said, and do you know how they work from out to in?
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, that's how that works. So we had a nice Mother's Day. Where's me and mommy? That was me and mommy on Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the world. I hope you guys did have a good Mother's Day because mothers actually deserve it. I had seen this little test thing on Instagram, and it was the person was asking the fathers like all the things they would ask the mothers. So they asked the fathers what were their children's birthdays that was right in front of them. None of the dads knew the kids' real birthdays. They were off. They asked, were their kids allergic to anything? They didn't know. They asked this one man, what was his fiance's real name? He said he didn't know her name, but he knew her name was going to be Gonzalez. And they said, we didn't ask you that. Do you know your kids' teachers' names? They didn't know none of the teachers' name. Then they had the moms come on. Okay, what's A, B, C, and D? What's your daughter-in-law's first and last name now? She could say it. What's your kid's teacher's name? Oh, right now, this is their teacher's name. Can you think of any from when they were elementary? They named about 5 or 6 of them. I'm like, why are dads like that? This is why for Mother's Day mothers get more things because y'all can't even remember the simplest thing. How you don't know if your child is allergic to anything or not? Like that's
kind of a big one.
Yes.
I do get some of this stuff because if we speaking biblically, I'm trying to save them, y'all. Mothers are the homemaker, the nurturer. We have the brain, right? We're the brains, they're the brawn. Right. So it shows in every area. But how you don't know what your child is allergic to, I don't know.
They didn't even know the middle names. They couldn't know the middle names or nothing, girl. I was like, this is sad.
Yeah, that's the big
said, I worked all 3 jobs and the ranch. Wow. Well, Nikki, I don't know what to say.
Right.
Happy Mother's Day still to you, Nikki, because you are a mother of all trades. Alondra said, "Hey, beautiful ladies. Hey, Lady
Hey,
A."
gorgeous.
Because moms take care of it mostly. Yeah, that is true. But
Right.
I still feel like fathers should know some of these things. Like that's unacceptable. Like
It is.
that's still
That
unacceptable.
was too far. Not know a middle
Yeah.
name.
So we'll get into our Black History moment, and since it is graduation season, I feel like I should do that. So I have a couple of videos that I just really love from our little graduates. Let's get into them.
Summa cum laude, honors in sociology, honors in mass communication, honors in political science, Xavier Exponential.
I love that one because y'all see everything that he graduated with, and he had honors and all that. So that's Black Boy Magic, and he was making sure they had all of
it. Mary Elizabeth Unit. Cassidy Bowman. Emily Gail Wilson. As candidates or graduates, please come to the stage.
Dang, man, stand ready my way.
A baby now.
Madison Webb.
Oh, Madison! Oh, Madison!
And the reason why I love that one so much is because that girl made it through school, having a new baby, and still had to have her baby in the audience with her. Well, graduating with her, sitting with her. I really love that one too. I'm like, look what mothers have to go through. So her baby made it to where she pressed on. Like, I love us. I love us. And then I just love this. This was a school in Louisiana. I just like they did. I just love seeing that. I'm like, y'all graduated, so do whatever dance y'all want. That must be a dance from down south because I don't know what it is, but I see a lot of people from down south doing that dance. I was just like, I just love Black people. I love them. And then we're graduating, so that's just top tier for me. So that was our Black History moment, just looking at all the Black students graduate from college and everything. So congratulations to everybody that has made it and is graduating or have graduated this season. Like, my hats are off to you guys. Congratulations, everybody. Another good thing that happened was my brother-in-law, his sister, she is cancer free, and today she rang the bell. So it did upload. I'm happy I got to see it.
Oh, perfect.
So congratulations, Shanika. I am so happy for her that she is cancer free. She had breast cancer and she is cancer free now. Shatia, thank you for the video, because I'm like, Shatia, call me when you get to the hospital because I want to see you live. And she was like, well, we did call him too. I'm like, well, I guess you could just send me the video then. I wanted to feel like I was there. So thank you, Tia, for the video. But congratulations, Shanika. I am so happy that you are cancer free. You are a breast cancer survivor now. So big ups to that, because you know cancer is taking people out. So I'm so happy that she made it through that. So we'll get right into the raggedy part. Now, y'all know I would be talking about the P. Diddy case when he first went to jail, and then I kind of backed off of it. But now they in court. They not letting it be televised because in New York, cameras can't go into the court building. And then number two, because it's a federal case, they can't have cameras in there. So I watch the transcripts, live transcripts all day while I'm at work. I'll be mad when the kids come in there for stupid stuff. Oh, I need an ice pack because a puzzle piece.
I broke my neck.
Yeah, a puzzle piece fell on my head, so I need an ice pack. I got Taki dust, chip dust in my eyes.
So rinse it out with some water and leave me alone.
Yes, like y'all is messing. I have to read all this stuff, and y'all messing up my stuff. So that's good. I think now that I'm really invested in it again, I almost feel like I want to talk about this every day, like do a recap, because this has been so wild to me. And I'm gonna try not to talk about it so long today, but it's a lot to talk about because it's been going on for the past 3 days. So first they had to pick out the jurors. So they said that it's it's 12 jurors, so it's 8 men and 4 women, and they said they're all ages and ethnicities. So he has kind of like a fair chance. The first day they talked to a SEX worker, and he was the one. Well, they had put it out that one of the SEX workers in P. Diddy had urinated in Cassie's mouth. This actual worker got up there and he said that P. Diddy didn't tell him to do that, that Cassie did. Cassie was the one that told him to urinate in her mouth. She was the one that would contact him for the F-offs. So the first day was not looking too good for Cassie. And I'm like, dang, like this ain't looking too good for Cassie. We didn't know when she was coming. She came the next day. She's actually 8 months pregnant. She's due the first week of June. So yesterday, she went up onto the stands, and that's when it took a turn for me, because I'm not even gonna lie. When that case first came out and they said Cassie got the 30 million, I felt like, okay, it was a money grab and Cassie did that and she was a part of it. After hearing what I heard today, not yesterday or Monday, after what I heard today, it changed my whole mind. I swear to God, y'all. I changed my whole mind. I feel like Cassie deserved more than what she got. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. The first day, like I said, one of the SEX workers came up and testified and said that Cassie was the one who asked him to urinate in her mouth. He said that he would be paid between $500 to $6,000 per F-off. And sometimes the F-offs could last for a couple of hours. The longest, they last up to 4 days. So if he stayed 4 days, he would get $6,000. And he would get deducted pay. Well, this is for all the SEX workers. If you did not penetrate, because I'm trying to use my words right. If you did not penetrate or have a happy ending, you got some of your money taken away. And if you couldn't get it up, you would get money taken away also. So you were deducted for these things. Some of the places where they would get their sex workers was, girl, off of Craigslist. They was on Craigslist, Backdoor, and then they had another one called Cowboys and Angels. And y'all know I'm nosy, so after it went off, I looked up the Cowboys and Angels website to see if it was still active, and it was. And you guys, those workers charge $750 an hour. I went through all their profiles and everything, but I will say that all the men on there, they were handsome, but they looked how you doing. All the way. They looked how you doing. So it said hourly rate was $750 and weekly rate was $7,500. So that's how much they would get paid weekly if they use them. This website is still up, but they don't have it as sex workers. They have them as companions. Mm-hmm. So that website is still up. And also they were, when I read into it, they said that Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club, she was part owner of that. Fun fact for that. So that was day one. Day two, Cassie came up there, and that's when she started telling her story. She was basically saying that when she met P. Diddy, she didn't like him like that, but she was young. She was 19 years old. She was in a relationship with someone else that he kept pursuing her. So she just was like, okay, she gave in. He gave her a 10-album record deal, which we all know she only put out one album. And 6 months into their relationship, he started telling her this thing that he was into. Like he liked watching other couples have relations. And so she said she really wasn't into it. She didn't even know what oral sex was at this time. So she said that he introduced her to opiates and drugs and everything. And that's how he got her into doing that. So she said she was on it. I'm telling y'all, any drug that y'all name, that's what she did. But her drug of choice when she did start the F-Off was ketamine, in which for the life of me, I cannot understand how they do that. She said she was on what?
It was which one?
Ketamine. Horse tranquilizers.
Sure.
Girl. Yes.
Oh, okay.
She was on that. That was her drug of choice because she can black out from that. She coke, any drug you can name, that's what she was doing. But that was her drug of choice for that. Because she can black it out. And also, she said with the baby oil, she said that he had a fetish with the baby oil. So this is the part that was iffy to me because I don't know when they started putting stuff in the baby oil, but from the beginning, he just has a fetish with baby oil. She said that they would have to be glistened up, like he wanted them shining. So one time they went to LA, he had a kiddie pool full of warm baby oil because it had to be warm. It couldn't be room temp. It had to be warm. And they
like
had
candle
to
wax? Like similar to people that like the candle wax?
Yep. It had to be warm. And he would have the people get in the pool like every 5 minutes. Like you had to do that. And it had astrogel in there too. So he had she had girl, you making me have to really use my words.
You got to slow down.
I know, I'm sorry, because it's so much. Astrogel helps with, it's a lubricant. Okay. But you really use it for the back door. But you can use it for the front door.
Oh, like the numbing something?
Yeah, okay. So the astrogel. Also, she talked about she really didn't want to do it, but to make him happy, she would do it. She said she was so in love with him and she just wanted him to love her back. When they would do the F-offs, it was 4 stages to it. And at the first stage, they would be touching. The second stage, that's when they will put all the whatever on it. And it was oral, all that. And then she would go back there and talk to P. Diddy, talk about it. And she said she did that because that was the only time she really would get a long time with him. Like anytime they had intercourse, it was basically those F-offs. And they asked her how many did she have. She said hundreds of them. They would go all over the world. She was like, it would be so nasty. Today, she said she had UTIs back to back. And she would tell him that she had UTIs, and he would still make her have those F offs. She said she would be on her period. He would still make her have it. One time she told him that she had sores inside her mouth, and she still had to do those F offs. She said the F offs was almost every single week. It was like her albums and all that took a backseat to the F offs because that was her job at that time. And she never wanted to tell him no because she feared that he would be mad all the time. And he abused her. Like he would beat her up all the time. She said she always had black eyes. He cut one day, they were supposed to be going to I think to the OVO Fest, and her friend was in there getting high, and she hadn't packed her clothes. He threw her into the bed to where she had a gash on her eye. The security guard had to take her to a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills to stitch her up. And then she sent the picture to him like, look what you did. And then he told her, why are you gaslighting me? Like you're pissing me off basically by showing me this picture.
She was basically a highly paid fetish for him.
Yes. And then she said when they would be having the F off, sometimes it would be her giving oral to somebody doing her in her backside, and somebody having sex with her in the front. So all this at once. And for each level, because it's 4 phases to the F off, it would be different men. And just think, she said these could last for hours to days at a time. They're asking her, how did she stay awake? And she said all the drugs. The drugs help her stay awake. And then the only time she had downtime, she would have to get hydrated and then rest. And then when that was over, it's time for another F off. I'm telling you today, she also said that she was jealous. She said she was very jealous. She said the day that video came out of Diddy dragging her and beating her up in that hallway, which they put the whole video out, the whole 15 minutes today that I watched, they just put different angles. She said that she went through his phone and she seen that he was dealing with another woman and she got mad. And that day they were having an F off in a hotel. She said the hotels would be so messed up, it would have urine, blood, just all kind of body fluids everywhere. But she said she was jealous too because she felt like she was supposed to be the only one and she wasn't the only one. They talked about Kid Cudi, how she started having a relationship with him, and P. Diddy found out and that he blew up his car. She said one day they was having an F off and they was in LA this time, and one of the security guards told her Suge Knight was there. He stopped the F off, told her to get dressed, and they had to go to the diner where Suge Knight was at. She had to put a bang bang in her purse, and she was screaming and yelling, telling him don't do nothing crazy. They came back, started the F off. Like, it was so much stuff. She was like, she was so addicted to opioids and just drugs because it would literally just zone her out of everything. And so she said her mom did know about it, but she told her mom don't do anything. One time she did leave him and go stay with her mom, and that's when she was messing with Kid Cudi, but he told her that he would unalive Kid Cudi if she still stayed with him. So she went back to him. She texted him text messages saying, why does he treat her this way? He treats her like he's Ike Turner and she Tina Turner. Like, if all the stuff that they was said, I'm telling you, I was like, I feel bad for her. But to me, this case does not sound like a sex trafficking case to me. It sounds like a domestic violence case. Like, the whole thing is her having F-offs and getting beat up. That's her whole relationship with him for 10 years plus was that. And they said, why did you keep going back? Why did you keep going back? And she was like, you can't just turn off loving somebody. Like, I really loved him. She sent him text messages saying she loved him. He is the most generous man that she's ever been with, and she can't wait to have kids with him and everything. This is in between beatings. So it will have you confused.
I have a question then. She's still a victim no matter what. He's still guilty of the things that he did. But in those things where she's admitting that she did those things
Mm-hmm.
because she loves him, and we know that there are some people that freely do it, you can't exactly accuse him because she took a drug. She hasn't said yet, according to you, he made me do this. She said
Oh,
I
he
did
did.
this
She
because
said, "Oh no, she didn't say he made her. He made her take the drugs, but then she got so addicted to it, she took them herself." But that's what they said too. He wasn't holding you down, making you do these f offs, or
right, but
was
that
he?
wasn't my focus. That wasn't
Oh,
my
okay.
focus. Yeah, no, that wasn't because it's still fucked up. Um
It is. It is.
my
It
my
made me feel
question is
different.
to fall in love with him like that wasn't the whole relationship. It was other things. And like, did she ever say what made her, you're so generous, you're so this? So was that the outings that we saw and stuff like that? Like, how does she explain generosity?
She didn't never explain that. She just said that she was in love with him and she wanted him to love her the way that she loved him. So that's why she would do whatever he said. Um, she said that day, the hallway thing, she said she knew a couple of days after that she had a premiere coming up. So that's why she was doing the F off with him that day, because if she did the F offs with him, that would keep him happy. If she said no, she didn't want to do it, that would make him mad and she would most likely get beat up.
So is it fair to say, based on her age, based on her being naive, you did freely do these things from your perspective because you loved him or whatever, but from his perspective, you know that you was wrong in what you was doing and that she was doing those things because she loved you, and that's when it was your responsibility to not allow her to do these things, especially being that she was just a highly paid fetish to you. You didn't love her.
Yeah,
Like
because
from her perspective,
he
she was
didn't
in
love her
love.
at all. Don't no man love you and want to see you get effed by other men
Right.
and all this stuff. I think that I don't know, because after that we're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna see tomorrow because the Diddy's lawyers are is going to cross examine her tomorrow. So
Okay.
today and yesterday was her coming up. They even had to have her husband. He had to be put out because they said they could see the way he was looking at P Diddy today with her saying all this stuff, because she also brought up when she started dealing with her husband
Yeah.
and how Diddy was saying that her husband now need to pay him back because he was supposed to be training her, not effing her. So it was all I'm telling you today,
I
it
could
made
see
me feel
both
bad.
sides
It made me
except the
feel
hands.
Yeah, it made me feel bad because
I
that's
feel
why I said
horrible.
that men that are that age,
Do
men
not
that deal
belong
with,
with a young girl.
you don't belong with a young girl because you use them because you can manipulate them and have them do what you want them to do. You know that a woman of your age or older is not going to do all
Let's
that
not
stuff.
even say age. Let's say your tax bracket.
Yeah.
Because if he was at work at McDonald's, she would never be with him. It's also the tax bracket. The woman, truly, we want to be saved. We want to be loved. We want to be embraced. We want to have to her, this is a very high profile man. To her, I could have the perfect family with him and I'll never have to be broke and I could take care of my family. And do she truly love him? Probably not. But in her,
In
because
her
we're
young
more
mind,
mature,
she probably thought she did.
we know she probably
Yeah.
didn't. But did she really love him? In her heart of hearts, she did believe she loved him. That's sad. Check your comments. Maybe take a
Yeah,
break.
let
Check
me
your
see.
comments. Okay.
Okay, so sad. Wait, because it's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I'm like, wait, I think I see it moving.
Yeah, shut up. I wonder how she could even enjoy growing up time after so much. That's what I said.
She
Because
didn't.
in between that, she had, well, it was Kid Cudi. That was the only one, then her husband now that we know of. I asked that to myself too. Like, how was she even able to enjoy with other men after going through that? Like, how
She
does
was high
that
as
work?
a kite. She was still in a different, think about yourself and then being outside of yourself. She's dang near by that time outside of herself, just
And
operating.
she also said today too, because I was like, I'm surprised she didn't try to unalive herself. Soon as I said that, she said that in 2023 that she asked her husband, will you be okay with taking care of the kids by yourself and try to run out into traffic? And he had to stop her. Because she said she still thinks about this stuff all the time. He put
Can
her
you
to rehab after
imagine?
that. Yeah, that's why I was like, after today, I felt different. Because I was like, P. Diddy, a mother. Girl, don't give me the cussing. So sad. She's young and Trump. Yep, she is. So
Mhm.
sad. I know Nikki is so sad. How did she not go crazy? Well, she did. That's what I'm saying. At the
The
end, she did. She
drugs.
said, and I was wondering how she didn't pass away with all that stuff she was taking. Like, how do y'all stay alive taking all that stuff like that?
Didn't he used to have IVs and stuff at the parties and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Like
probably the next day and after that,
to
but still doing it. How did she
rejuvenate?
not? She did love herself, and she was looking for love from a monster. That's true. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder did he do that to Kim Porter? They did bring up Kim Porter for a little bit, but I think she would come into play later. But I kind of think they should not bring her up because she ain't here to defend herself.
And it's two different
And
case
unless
types.
y'all really, yeah. But they did what they can do, which I found out too, is they said that they had broken electronic devices that they was pulling stuff from.
Yeah, he could still be charged with that, but it's just separate from this because that's
No, that's some
unaliving.
of the stuff that they got from like pictures and videos from the F-off was from old
Oh, wanting to
broken.
bring that stuff. Leave that lady alone. Don't bring that
No,
up.
no, no, not from Kim Porter, from Cassie. Like some
Oh,
of it was from
oh,
old broken electronics that they still got the evidence out of
in
those.
the
Like that's
class.
when they was saying they was taking all the electronics and stuff out of his house. They was taking some of that, and some of the stuff was from Cassie's phone too. And
Okay.
he was saying when they broke up, he told her that he deleted all that stuff. And then when he found out she moved on, he told her, I still have your skeleton. So then she knew that he still had her stuff. Like he
I
was still
still got
holding
your
stuff over
skeleton.
her head.
Right.
Yep, he was the pimp. Juanita. Survivor's remorse. Victims may experience victims' remorse, often described as some survivors' guilt or victims' guilt, where they feel responsible for victimization or harm inflicted. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, she thought it was love.
Exactly. That's all she knew to be love at
China,
that
I
point.
am, and I'm about to go into that. Hello, I'm here. Let's talk about mental health. Oh, I'm late. We're on Diddy. Yes, we are on Diddy, but
That
I
is
told
mental
y'all
health.
mental. Well, she
That
is gonna
is
have to
mental
have.
health.
She's
It's
in therapy and stuff now, but like I said, tomorrow when she get cross-examined, I wouldn't be surprised if this lady go
But
into
bro,
the.
that's real though. Think
I would.
about it. There's so many. Think about our back to our grandma's days, right? You love that man for a reason, but you really stayed with him because of security and your family promoted it and they stayed quiet and they may have knew hands was getting put on you and stuff like that. It's like a survival thing. So in that space, do I think it's two different Cassies? Of course it is, because she didn't get to Cassie don't know. Cassie's learning who she is now because she didn't get to do regular things. She immediately went into I can provide for my family. This is my dream. He's a big guy. Eventually he will love me and this will stop.
I
If
think
I
that,
can
and
make
that's
him
what
happy. How
she
many
thought
women
too.
say that? If I can make him happy, this is what I'm gonna do. We
And she said today too. She only got 20 million. Remember, we thought she
yeah,
got
I
more.
heard.
She only
Yes.
got 20 million. So she said that when he settled, she asked for 30 and she settled for 20. But she told him that she had wrote that book and he was like, well, ain't nobody gonna believe you, X, Y, and Z. And she only got 20 million. I honestly feel like she deserved more than that. After hearing what I heard today, she deserved more than that. Could you imagine having to relive this exactly and tell these stories? And that's what I'm saying. Tomorrow gonna be a motherfucker. Tomorrow is
Tomorrow's
gonna
gonna be
be.
very sad. Because here's the thing, if they go for her the wrong way, like it or not, we are women, they're fathers, and to some degree, everybody can understand either being a broken child or a broken woman, right? You
And
know
she's a
that you do
broken
things
child. And
outside of yourself, and we know money is survival for us. We've never been at the starting line. If you gun at that girl and totally disregard that there is some truth that she is a victim, you're gonna blow it because everybody already feels like you. We saw you put your hands on her. It's not really much you could say after that. That was
it's
bad.
not really
You
much you
hit.
can say. She said
Mm-mm.
some send their daughters back to their abusers, and that's true.
Yep.
And like I said
Especially back
before,
in the day.
Shannon Sharp thing. I think her mom, and if her daddy was around, I don't know. She always say her mom. I think that they was okay with her being with Diddy because he was a billionaire, and I say that just like the Shannon Sharp. They be
Bro,
okay because
with
they're
your
billionaires.
mom, by the comments, I want everybody in the comments just to say yes or no. If you was Cassie's mom and your child told you don't say nothing, please tell me yes or no. Yes, I would not say anything, or no, I'm saying something.
I'm
Please, just
saying
by show
something,
of
and he gonna probably be
period.
unalive.
But there are a set of women and fathers that say, well, he make a lot of money. It's okay. You'll be all right. Just stop
Yeah.
making him mad. Well, keep him happy. At least you get this, at least you didn't have to be broke like me. At least the lights is on. Well, we don't have to worry anymore. We're fine. It's in every tax bracket. So that's why I said, if you gun for that girl, number one, you wrong. I mean, it's your job, I guess, but you better be strategic because
Yeah,
at
and
this
she
point,
said
we want him in jail.
she was never taught about loving herself, being true to yourself, and understanding yourself. Clearly, she wasn't. China said same thing with R. Kelly. Yeah, it's the same exact thing. But I
Yep.
want to say Diddy's is worse. Hell,
It is
this
because
is
R.
probably
Kelly
worse.
himself was a victim too. He didn't know how
Yeah,
to
no,
be
this is
loved and
worse.
cared for, protected. So,
My mom would be on trial. Exactly.
period.
People say that love yourself stuff, but nobody ever shows you how. For this is deeper than Diddy. Yeah, it is. Because they said that Diddy, when I watched his documentary, that he
It
was
was right
teased a
here.
lot growing up and everything. His mom was very hard on him and everything. But Diddy was the one that got teased as a kid. And as he grew up, he started being like the one that dressed better than everybody. But he wasn't that what he is now.
So he
So
has
now when
short
he got
man
that money,
syndrome.
yeah, now that he got money, he could be like, oh, you gonna
Look
do
at
what
what I
I
could do
say.
now.
Yeah.
Y'all, I don't like it when people say love yourself because some of us love ourselves very, very much. And we still end up in situations because we don't know what manipulation looks like from other people and gaslighting from other people and all of those things. A lot of us learn that late. So we with somebody and not noticing the little things that they do until it gets big and you like, who in the hell is this? But those are signs we wouldn't know to look for because you're not raised like that and you don't know. I think it's important to teach people the signs of bad people. If you're not a bad person, you're not going to see those things. And you can love yourself very much. A good manipulator will get you. They will get you.
Okay. And so Alondra said, yep, trying to reason why abuse starts young. Um,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying something. Yeah, I'm saying something. No,
Period.
I'm saying something, period. My children ain't for sale.
Round up the
Power. Yeah,
truth.
it's the power that he has.
It's the
We
power.
should be teaching this. Yeah, so you have to teach your kids young now to love themselves and what to look for in relationships and tell them if this person is doing this to you, they don't love you. It don't matter if they're showering you with gifts and everything, because that's exactly what he did. After he would beat her up, he would send her off. If she had black eyes and bruises and everything, he would send her off for weeks at a time and shower her with gifts.
So she got that calming period that he worked on her brain, I knew it was going to work out. At least I have more time at least. Then I tell you, at least I have more time of this than this. Well, if I take this pill, it's not so bad. Well, I do like sex, so maybe it's okay. It's not that bad. I can't even feel it anymore.
And she also said, this is my last thing, and I'm gonna get off of it because that's why I said I think I'm gonna do recaps every day.
I
She
think you should.
also said that she was like the freak offs could have stopped way before it did, but she wanted them to continue because she didn't want him to stop loving her.
That became a drug to her. That's why I said it's not fair not to see her outside of herself. It became her drug to make him happy. If you take this thing away from me, that is the reason why he's spending time with me. I give him something nobody else could give him,
Yep.
and I'm jealous. He built that in her head. So yeah, it could have stopped. Could it really have stopped though? Or did he make her believe it could stop? He probably made her believe it
Made
could
her and the
stop.
gatekeeper and be the gatekeeper for them regardless if they like it or not.
Period.
The cycle of violence is real. Domestic, yeah, it is. If you have been in any kind of abuse, you can cope because it's normal to you. Trust me, I know. Unfortunately, you know it's wrong, but you figure That's how life is. And I think some people think that, and some
It
probably
could be
parents,
worse.
some parents tell their kids like, well, that's how men are. And like you said, don't make them mad and X, Y, and
It
Z like
could
that.
be
So,
worse. At least you have this.
so that's my update for that, you guys. I really
That
think
was
I'm
only
gonna
an update. That wasn't a topic. Chad, I thought that was the mental
girl.
health
No, that's why I
topic.
said it's so
Because
much.
that's a
It's
big
so,
contributor to the mental health and
and
the
that's why we said,
grooming.
yeah. Well, I
It
guess this
starts
does
at
tie into,
home.
yeah, it starts at home. So
Mhm.
that does tie into mental health. So Mental Health Awareness Month is May, like we said before. And it helps people recognize ways mental illness impacts their lives, and it also educates people about available services. Um, Tell me in the comments, what do you guys think? Make sure everybody that's watching right now press like. Okay, back to it. What do you guys think in the comments is the most diagnosed mental disorder? Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think the number one most diagnosed mental disorder is? Let me
Can
know.
we
I'll
have a
give,
multiple choice?
no. It's a lot of mental disorders. So what do y'all think is the number one? Just think about mental disorders, mental healthness, and what do you guys think is the number one?
Like, is depression a mental illness?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder if it's schizophrenia, bipolar.
I'll let them put them in there. Okay, so you only can choose one.
I don't even know if those are mental illnesses.
Yeah, it
I'm gonna
is.
choose my one, but I want to.
Okay,
I
yeah,
want to
those two
know.
are.
Okay. Um, is anxiety mental health?
Yeah, anxiety is one too.
Okay. Uh, schizophrenia, bipolar, ADHD? No. If that's
You got 5 seconds.
is that mental health? ADHD?
No.
I'm giving the people in the comments and shit. ADHD is not one. Okay. Worst mental health disorder. Hell, PMS.
Okay,
um,
well, let me read some of the comments and then I'm gonna
yeah.
see. Okay, Nikki said, my daughter tell folks they dated my mom is crazy. Cross the line and you will see the darkness in her. Okay, so now we getting into what they think the number one most diagnosed mental disorder is. So we have autism, we have depression and anxiety,
That's what I think it is.
depression, depression and anxiety, bipolar, anxiety, depression, anxiety. Um, we've already said our answers in the comments. We're rating on you. Okay, trying to calm down.
China
Okay,
be
so
spicy.
Juanita said ADHD is
Okay.
it's a personality disorder as well as PMS. Okay, thank you, Juanita. The answer is anxiety. Anxiety is the number one. Is the number one diagnosed mental disorder. Number two is what was it? Oh, God. What? Oh, I put what anxiety was. I'm sorry, you guys. So, anxiety is the number one. Anxiety disorders are most common type of disorder in general population. General anxiety disorders are, dang, I can't read my own writing. Social anxiety disorders and phobias. So
I have
that's
social
the number one.
anxiety.
Number one, you guys were real close to, is major depressive disorder. So depression is number two. And that's a mood disorder and involves feelings of sadness, hopelessness, loss of interest in activities. So that's why I said, to me, anxiety and depression to me was almost neck and neck. Because a lot of people have anxiety. Just think nowadays with people and depression, but with anxiety, you being around a lot of people, sometimes people like that gives me anxiety. Like it's just little things. I think after COVID made people really have a lot of anxiety.
It
So
intensified it after COVID
yes, it was
because we
really,
got
really
the
bad.
opportunity to retreat and be safe and be by ourselves. So whatever strides you made before that, you got to retreat and be comfortable being by yourself all over again.
I give so much meds for anxiety in my job I work. Yep. I was going to say the same thing. I dispense a lot of anxiety and depression meds. So yeah, y'all was right. That's why I said anxiety and depression. Those to me are neck and neck, but they say anxiety is number one and depression is number two. Number three is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So that's after you have a life-changing experience or a traumatic event. So like me, I have PTSD after I got shot. And I still have it now. It's not as bad as it was when I was younger, but still to this day, I don't like balloon pops by me. I don't like hear fireworks, anything that a loud sound bang or something that will send my anxiety through the roof. Like my heart be beating super fast. So that's how it is. I can't stand a pop balloon. Like that literally pisses me off when kids try to be popping balloons and all that. So that's number three. Let me see. Pop a balloon right now. Nope. China, don't be like that, you guys. Uh, number four is substance abuse. So I was surprised by that being number four because now it's so much substance abuse. Like that's to me almost should be up there too, but I guess
Maybe because it's not recorded.
it's not diagnosed. Yeah, that's probably why. So that's condition and when people are dependent on opiates or nicotine, like period point blank, that's what that is. Number five, bipolar, schizophrenia, obsessive disorders like that. That's number five. So y'all basically had all of them right. Let me see. Self-medicating. Yep. So that was number five. Number four, Nikki, was substance abuse. So they have the 5 C's of mental health. And those are connection, compassion, coping, community, and care. And these all will help you with everything. So connection, it's the importance of a strong social bond and relationship. So just think if you have a strong social bond and relationship with somebody, that does help with your mental health. If you're keeping everything inside and not able to tell nobody or anything, that makes it worse. You should have some kind of special bond with somebody or, with a social club or something, anything or relationship with somebody where you able to let your feelings out. It is okay to talk to, therapists, which you should, but you should have a good social bond and relationship with somebody. Hold on, let me read some of these because I will forget. Self-medicating for trauma of the past, like Cassie. She still was self-medicating after she left him. She still was self-medicating because she would think about it all the time. And you can inherit substance, induce depression, etc. And that's why I'm scared to take drugs because I feel like I would turn into a crackhead. Period, point blank. I feel like it's in my DNA. I really feel like that.
Well, for some things, people, it is generational. So if you notice in a family that has alcoholics, they tell you don't drink. And ones that smoke cigarettes, they tell you don't do those things because
drugs
you're right.
And everything. I'm
it's
telling
congenital.
You, that's why I'm scary. I'm scared.
I don't think you'll turn into that, but
I do.
It must be a high.
Look, I do. I'm scared. I do. I feel like I would take that one hit and it'd be a wrap for me. I'm on the corner.
It is some addictive people. Yeah, it is some people.
Nikki said, I feel we don't teach coping skills anymore. We don't teach kids the word no. I don't think we have missed something in raising our kids. I think we have missed something in raising our kids. We have no coping skills. And you are right, because the way we were raised compared to how the kids are raised now is totally different. So that's that one. The second C is compassion, understanding and sharing the feelings of others. A lot of people don't have compassion no more. And we see that everywhere. Just look on social media. Nobody has compassion for nothing anymore. No empathy, nothing. Nobody cares.
There was a friend group that I had when I first started dealing with my back. And because you can't see the back, or, I didn't really complain at first that much, but I went through depression when I hurt my back because I couldn't do a lot of things anymore. I don't feel like people was compassionate around me. And even when I would go out, it would be, oh, why you don't want to dance? Oh, why you don't want to do this? First of all, now you connected my trauma because I do want to do those things and I can't, and you're making a big deal out of it. And then some people started to treat me different. So that contributed to me retreating back to being somebody who is very much so an introvert. So now I do struggle still with going out. That's why I started to tell you now, no, Ro, when you go somewhere, let me know. And I try to say yes more, because once I say yes, then I know I'm too afraid to let you down. So I'm still going to show up. But it does take a lot of effort on the person's part to get out, to your point. Because for me, I could stay in the house forever and not say anything to anybody and be doing real bad, and nobody would know because I'll jump right up and be there for somebody, but not for myself. It's very hard. So I encourage people that struggle with that to get up and do something. Force yourself. Like sign up for stuff that will make others be looking for you and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because once you
social
get out, you
bonds.
feel
Yeah,
better.
social bonds. And
Yeah. And you don't have
that,
to talk about nothing. It's the point of getting out, because I work from home. You're always home. It's too much of me being by myself. So I do need to get out and connect with other people. Women more. It's strange. Women more. It
and
helps
that's
me
why
more.
we have the group that we have started. Well, the
Mhm.
IE chapter of the women's social group we started because we want women to be able to get out and socialize with each other and network. That's the purpose of that group that we started, the IE chapter, the Inland Empire Brunch Bunch group. That's what that's for. So women can get out, network with each other, talk to other women, and that's a sisterhood right there. That's why we agreed to do the IE chapter. So that's something like that. But like we said, compassion. Nobody has compassion anymore. We could take it back to Cassie again. Look how many of us. It was a lot of people that had compassion for Cassie, but it was a lot of people, and me included, that did not have compassion for her at first because we didn't know the whole story. And I was just like, no, that was a money grab. But now, after hearing it, I'm like, damn, like I really have compassion and empathy for her. So
You
we don't
have
have.
compassion, Ro.
I had compassion, but I didn't feel the way I feel today.
Yeah, it's much. It has connected now for you, but
Yeah,
you
like
you did
it
you
the
didn't never speak horrible
no,
about
I
her.
didn't
I don't
speak
want nobody
horrible
to
because
hear
I
this and
did.
then think that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
you was
never
like, I
feel
want to
like.
know the facts.
Yeah, I do. I always want to know the facts.
Yeah.
So no, okay. So many people in my family that use substance. I was taught no drink, no drugs. Yeah, and no
Well,
shame.
what is it? Did anybody on here ever work with somebody that does drugs? I always wonder, like in
I
our
have.
area, we grew up seeing a lot of strawberries on the street. If everybody, that's a lady of the night that walked on hope, and we saw them looking so bad. So that scared me to ever even want to. When I smoke weed, I didn't even want to smoke with nobody else because we was taught, to stay with. What makes somebody say, I feel so bad right now? And then that's what you do, knowing, to your point, I could take one hit and I could be out there like them. What makes somebody go to that extreme? But you could lose
I really don't
everything.
know because just think nowadays, there's a lot of walking. What do you call it when you own drugs, but you just regular?
Oh,
Dang, what the word?
functioning addicts.
Yeah, functioning addicts. They all over the world now. And
But
in
the
nursing,
ones
I
that
think
take
it's
the
a
one hit of the F word, the one that start with an F, and then like that, you out of here.
yeah. That's why I've never wanted to do it. But there's a lot of functioning substance
At,
abusers, and in
oh, on the C
nursing, it's
one.
a lot.
The C
It's a
one we
lot.
learned about, the white powder,
Oh yeah.
the functioning, you saying? Yeah.
So it's a lot of them. So we need to start having compassion. She said, no morals, no respect, no appreciation is taught by some parents. Yeah, especially now. These kids don't appreciate nothing. Hell, the
If you
hell.
ask a kid what is morals, I did that in my nonprofit. A
And they
lot of
probably
them
don't
don't.
know what even morals are.
They didn't know what morals meant. Some of them knew what the traits were. They just didn't know that word was morals. which I think you need to teach them morals. That way they know what to look for, but they knew some traits, but not that was considered morals.
Nikki, and that's just what I said. I said nurses, to me, we have the most. And Nikki said, as a nurse, nurses do drugs because we have access to them.
I heard that. Bro,
We
you
have
was
more
saying
access
that.
to them. Yep. Remember I
Remember
said
the one that was putting them in her pocket and she was taking it out the box, figured out how to. You did that one, didn't you? Yeah, you did that one, saying the access. Is it because y'all are tired or because you
no,
depressed?
I don't know what
You
makes
see too much trauma?
I don't know what makes some nurses do it, but I know that it's easier because we have access to it. So it's easier. I don't know what makes them do it. I need to sit down and
You
talk to
did talk about it with the patches you was telling us about on my okay, I remember now.
Patches, when the fentanyl patches first became addictive, and that's when I was like, that's when we first started learning about fentanyl. I'm like, how are they ODing on one fentanyl patch? And when they explained it to us and told us, I'm like, oh, like, so yeah, nurses, we have access to them. Alondra said, I ain't heard strawberry in a long time.
I was trying to think, how do I say this? I'm like, lady in the night. No, they was out in the day. We saw them walking to school.
Yeah, she said a strawberry only has sex for drugs, not for survival. Trauma bonding is real. Lack of confidence, lack of support, resources, etc., will cause you to go against your morals. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you trauma bonded with somebody. So if they doing something bad, you'll do something bad. Is that what you mean? Okay.
Is that what you mean, Quinita? That's what it seems like it though.
Kind of like the caffeine. You doing it to fit in or something?
Alondra says substance abuse is way more accepted now. Yeah, it is. Just like some doctors do drugs. Yep.
I was thinking it's doctors higher than nurses because they could write
the scripts. They could write the scripts. Yeah. Nurse Jackie. She said, I see what it does to patients. I see what it does to family. I want no parts of that. I would rather confront the issue and battle it out than come on the other side. Yeah, I would too. Okay, so let me get into the other one. So we did connections, compassion. The next one is coping, and that is developing healthy strategies for managing stress, challenges. So you need some kind of strategy, Jesus, to help with coping. So some people, I would say, like working out, walking, sometimes listening to music, that can help you with stress sometimes, where you won't have to do that, but you need to find some kind of strategy to help manage your stress. And I would say exercise to me is, I think exercising is actually one of the best ones because it releases all those hormones and everything. I actually think that exercising probably would be the best one. What do you think, Juanita? The next one is having a community. The importance of belonging to a larger group or network. So having a community, like I said before, that's why we started the IE chapter for the women. Like, get into some kind of club or something where you have a community that's behind you, where somebody can check on you and be there for you. To me, I feel like that's what it is.
I don't know about the community one. The community one I see a little bit different. I see it as getting out so you feel normal. But as far as having a community that's behind you, I'm a Delta. And even with the sisterhood thing, those are not all my sisters. I'm not finna trust them. I know who my core is. They ignite me to keep going. So seeing them in a positive light helps me to keep going. But for me with community is for that, just to get out, do things, continue to grow in the things that make me strong. But the previous one, your core matters the most. I would never tell some ladies, or I don't look at the brunch group that's being started as anybody that I will find in there that will ever be the same as a you or my mom. You have to deal with the problem too. You can't get away from it. So I don't want people to go out there and start masking, because that's like somebody just goes to the club all the time. It's a good idea to find somebody you can truly talk to that can help you.
And trust.
Like Nikki said, go through it and then go from there.
Gwenita said trauma bonding, a strong emotional attachment, often with a mix of positive and negative feelings that develops between a person and their abuser. So that's what that means. Nikki said, if it would click on, folks don't know how to cope. It's not taught anymore. So it's not. The last one is care, the need to prioritize self-care, and to attend one's mental health needs. So you need to prioritize self-care. We say this all the time. I think I talked about it last week when I said people need to reset every so often.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have a lot of money or anything, it's very important for you to reset, because you could be having so much anxiety because of work and family, kids, and all that, and you take out your frustration on them. But if you had time to reset every 2 weeks or whatever, even if you could do it every week on a Sunday or a Saturday, do that. When your kids go to bed, stay up and do something that you like, watch a show or do something to where you have time to reset and relax and do something that you like. You have to prioritize self-care, whatever it is, to have your self-care days. And people need to, I think in this day and time, you need to prioritize that a
Make the
lot more.
time.
You
Yeah.
have to make the time for it. It's, a lot of people like, I don't have time, but you need to make the time. Or sometimes,
Give the kids a real bedtime and make them take their butt to bed. We had a bedtime so that our parents could have their time before they went to bed too. That was their self-care. Start doing that so you can
mhm,
make time for yourself. It's really important,
it is.
especially for women.
And sometimes it is hard. Like me, I make a mirror. His bedtime is supposed to be at 8 o'clock. He don't go to
Yeah.
sleep. Last night I started giving him melatonin, and he's been going to sleep in an hour. So y'all see, y'all ain't seen him come in asking for no charger or nothing. That's because he's asleep already. So that melatonin really do work. He gets 2 milligrams.
She
So
stopped
that's
detoxing him from the medicine she was giving him. Don't blame a mirror.
so. But with me, like when he would stay up later, sometimes I would just be so tired. I would, when he went to sleep, I would want to go to sleep too. But then I'd be like, no, I need to sit up and do things that I like to do, or do something that I want to do. Like give yourself some time. So you guys have to start prioritizing self-care days, like, or weekends, something, like do something. Let me see. She said, family should be your support, but that is not the case in this day and age. You have to learn coping skills and strengths in yourself. She said, what about those that don't have any family or friends?
Therapy,
Yeah.
support groups,
Yeah, like we said, support groups.
church, volunteer work. Sometimes that's actually in the when you help other people, it helps you to feel good. Um, so those are all opportunities to get out and connect with somebody else. That alone is support to keep going and working on things yourself sometimes. In therapy, you can get therapy.
Yep. Um, Nikki said, that's what I mean. We have family and friends, but can't rely on them. So we have to learn to cope and deal with life, learn how to confront it and deal with it. And she said, exactly.
Some
It
family got
does
their own
work.
shit too. They dealing with the
Yeah.
same thing. We rely too much on one another to be each other's savior in that professional space. That's not fair. Who wants somebody that all the time they come to you with all of their problems, all of their problems, all of their problems, but never ask if you was okay,
If you,
if you was
yeah.
prepared to hear that? Nothing. And they basically, that's called, it's a transfer. I forgot the exact term, but that means you gave it to somebody else. Now they stressing over it and trying to figure it out for you. And the other person went on and they like, oh, I feel better,
Yeah, they
but they
deposit
don't.
everything on you. All
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
forgot what that's called, but yeah.
Nikki said we have to find peace in ourselves, serenity, and self-love. And that is true. So that was the 5 C's of mental health. That was the 5 C's. Let me see. Okay, and then they said 5 ways to improve mental health includes prioritizing sleep, engaging in regular exercise. Remember, I said that too. I think exercise work. Practicing mindfulness, connection with others, and seeking professional help when needed. So, prioritizing sleep. They said adequate sleep is crucial for both physical and mental health. You need to aim for at least 7 to 9 hours to allow your body and mind to rest. Now,
Oh,
how
I
many of
love
us
that.
actually do get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night?
I haven't slept since Monday, and I'm
I
not
looked at
lying.
my watch last night to see how many hours I slept. And I slept, I think it said that I slept 7 hours, but I only had 5 hours of restful sleep. And I had 2.5 hours of light sleep. And the
I would
rest
take that at this point. Shit,
it was
I'm
broken
tired.
up. Like it was broken up in
Oh,
sections. So it's not like it's
that
restful
make you feel more
altogether.
tired.
And that's why I
Broken
always
sleep.
be saying I be sleepy. But that's why I was like, I need to start trying to go to sleep earlier. So they say you need to prioritize sleep, aim for 7 to 9 hours. Even I think if you just lay down and rest, that's probably better than you just being up doing something. But I think for us to rest, we need to put our phones down, turn those screens they said on your phones that help you stay up too. So just turn your phone down and try to relax and meditate or something. Um, Engage in regular exercise. What I said, they said physical activities release endorphins, which I said earlier. So I was right. Hell, I should be crazy then.
No, for real, Nikki. If you look at
I
my Facebook status this morning at 4, I was like, I should write a workbook on how to adequately survive without
yeah.
sleep and back pain. Because Jesus,
It says, Nikki said I get maybe 5 hours. Well, now Ernest makes me get 6 to 7. So at least my brother is making me
good.
get more. Uh, she said yes, and then read. Like do something. Practice mindfulness. So paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Meditation, deep breathing, stuff like that. For connect with others. Strong social connections provide a sense of belonging and support. So
Yep,
that's why we were saying when people were saying, what if you don't have family and friends? So if you get into strong social connections, maybe some of those people may be able to help you sometimes. A lot of times they do. And then
you
last
do.
but not least, seek professional help. A lot of people, I think more people are willing to get professional help now and do therapy than they were before because it's not frowned upon. So if you feel like you can't
Therapists is
do it
booked
and you,
now. They booked
yeah.
up. That's
So
good.
that's our mental health segment for today. Everything that you can do so you guys can go back and rewind this if you feel like, oh, let me remember some of these steps that they were talking about because
Okay.
this really is useful. You know what we don't do as adults? Take naps. We need to take them. I take a nap.
Now that's what
I
I
will
can do.
I will take me a nap. Don't and even on vacations, anybody that knows that go on vacation with me, I'll be like, I want to go take a nap. I am the queen of naps. I love taking naps. I've always loved taking naps. And when I had a mirror, I was kind of sad because I was like, I don't get to take naps like I used to. I would always take naps. I love a good nap. But we don't as
I
adults.
love one when
I
I could
will
get
say a
one.
lot of people don't take naps, but I love me a good nap. And read. Oh, yep. I will say I need to start doing that because so before social media was really popular, I read all the time. I would take my books to work and everything, give me a good book and be reading that at work. When I get home, it'd be so good that I didn't even want to go to sleep after working night shift. I'm still trying to get to the end of the book. Like this is too good. So reading books, romance is everything. Yes, girl. Zane was in my day, in my heydays. Zane.
I never read one of her books. I should
Girl,
start with
Zay
that,
had me
huh?
so cold. Yes, I can't even think of the other people name. Let
Jared
me
Jerome
Jerome
Dickens.
Dickey. Yep, he was good. It was so many books I used to read, and then at work, me and the other nurses, we would have books that all of us would read together, and then we would come together and be like, "Did you read?" Like we
And
really
see,
was
that's
all
a
reading
social
books.
group.
Yep.
That's a social group. Somebody that care about the same thing is happy feelings. Is that's a
So
social
that's
group too.
Yes.
Mm,
So
mm.
make sure you guys like the live and also remember that let me put Juanita. Where is it? See, I always mess up. Um Is this it? Oh, okay. Juanita's 5K run is coming up, and make sure you guys click the link. It's at the end of this month. All you have to do is scan the QR code, and that is the 5K walk run for mental health. That's at the end of this month. Make sure you guys like, share, and oh my gosh, hold on. I always do stupid stuff. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I will end with that positive quote. And this is what we was talking about almost today too. When nobody else cares to celebrate you, learn to celebrate yourself. When no one else compliments you, then compliment yourself. It's not up to others to keep you encouraged. It's up to you. Encouragement should be from the inside. And I really believe that too, because a lot of people feed on other people giving them compliments or with celebrating them. Like, celebrate your own self. I said that many and plenty of times. So that's the show for tonight. Asia, do you have any closing remarks?
I think sex is good for mental health. So if you're in that type of relationship where you can do that, I think that you should. And be intimate. Try new things of intimacy. Get that feel good feeling back and enjoy hump days. That is
Yes.
it. Mhm.
I wholeheartedly believe in that too. Like, that could take a lot of stress off of you right there. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. Have a great night. Good night.
Good night.
Get y'all mental health. Try to go to sleep tonight. Get y'all
Bitch, I'm from
6 hours of sleep. Hell, every day, every day.
Bitch, I'm from Pomona.
Good night, everybody.
Bitch, I'm from Pomona.